I think that across probably a lot of different religions, Eastern, Western, whatever, there is an underlying focus on this ability and the health of being present.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that that's there throughout the human experience of being like, hey, you just need to take time, be present with your kids, be present with your wife at the dinner table, playing a song, being at church, whatever. Why is that so hard to do? And I was thinking and brought up the verse in Luke 10, or the story, when Jesus visits Martha and Mary. And I'm just going to read this. So Luke 10:38. I'm going to read on. This is in the Passion, because who doesn't love a little passion in their life?
Love it.
But it's, as Jesus and the disciples continued on their journey, they came to a village where a woman welcomed Jesus into her home. Her name was Martha, and she had a sister named Mary. Mary sat down attentively before the Master, absorbing every revelation he shared. But Martha became exasperated with finishing the numerous household chores in preparation for her guests. So she interrupted Jesus and said, "Lord, don't you think it's unfair that my sister left me to do all the work by myself? You should tell her to get up and help me." And the Lord answered, "Martha, my beloved Martha." That's a great piece right there. "Why are you upset and troubled? Pulled away by all of these many distractions, Mary has discovered the one thing most important by choosing to sit at my feet. She is undistracted, and I won't take this privilege from her." The thing that Jesus is saying in this translation, though, that Mary has chosen is just to be in the presence of Jesus.
What were those verses again?
Luke 38 and through the end of the chapter, so 42. I also just love Jesus, again, this is interpreted, but like in the Passion, like the compassion and the love that he shows to Martha by this idea. I don't know why that just struck me of saying, "Martha, my beloved Martha. Why are you upset and troubled? Pulled away by all these many distractions, Mary has discovered the one thing most important by choosing to sit. She is undistracted, and I won't take that privilege away." So even the fact that it is a privilege to be able to be present.
Yeah.
Like, wow, we get to just be present here. And there are so many things, whether it's our phone or people, and there are like circumstances that are just like trying to take you away from the privilege of being in that moment.
Yeah.
That are trying to pull you towards, hey, this change might happen. This thing might be coming.
Yeah.
Why are you so troubled?
Check this out.
Man.
Listen to this. I'm going to read you guys something. You ready for it? Most of us spend our lives living anywhere but the present, and the enemy of our soul likes it that way. Based on research done by Matthew A. Killingsworth and Daniel T. Gilbert of Harvard University, people spend nearly half their waking hours thinking about the non-present or disengaged from what they're doing. How often our minds leave the present and where they tend to go, writes Killingsworth, is a better predictor of our happiness than the activities in which we are engaged. In the middle of his teaching on kingdom living, not long after teaching us how to pray, Jesus shares the same truth. Before you read it, stop a moment and invite God to talk to you through this passage. Sit in silence, breathe in and out, close your eyes for a minute, then as you open them, begin to read. "Therefore I tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, nor about your body, what you will put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? And why are you anxious about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass of the field, which today is alive and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, will he not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? Therefore do not be anxious, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For the Gentiles seek all of these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them all. But seek first the kingdom of heaven of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Therefore do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. It's Matthew 6:25-34. But this little paragraph is what got me. I don't need to define anxiety because chances are you know it better than you'd like to. Anxiety is what happens to us when we try to live in the future, when we try to supersede chronology's limitations and insert ourselves in another place or time. We give ourselves over to worry when we face a moment that is not yet ours to face.
That's so good.
That is why faith is so important. It's the antidote to worry. If faith is the substance of things hoped for, then worry is the substance of that which we dread. Faith is power. Worry is anti-power. Faith brings clarity. Worry delivers confusion. Faith begets action. Worry creates inaction. Faith gives us eyes for the moment. Worry blinds us to the sacred now.
The sacred now. Oh. So if we find ourselves in places where we're looking at planned or unplanned, or we're faced change, the response is worry over that change or faith through the change.
That's what it
So
says
what
in
we-
Matthew 6.
So if change is inevitable, then, man,
It's good stuff.
for peace through change is like, man, more faith.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
More faith.